Hello, thank you for watching Yin Yang Gemini. As promised, this is going to be sort of the last in the Grasp Bird's Tail, Grasp Sparrow's Tail little playlist. Did the arms bit and about to put it together with some of the legs and feet. Quick review of some Tai Chi walking, quick review of it. I'm trying to remember if I've done Tai Chi walking before. I might not have done. Uh, but I will if I haven't. And this will just be kind of helpful, just putting everything together. So I'm just going to get right into it after I kind of didn't see that. Good. So quick review of the feet, quick review of the legs, putting everything together with the grass bird's tail, and then walking everything else out together as well. So you can play it in all one thing. You can actually just link one to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other, and just keep going, keep playing for as long as you like. So, thing to remember with Taiji walking, I've probably said it before, I know I'll say it again, is you're working your shoulder square. You're not going to have huge, big, crazy stuff like this, big, wide, big, long, anything else like that. You know, the foot's not in. I know some things the kind of foot's in to protect the boys or gal or whatever and all that. It's kind of, it's a little bit in more. So a lot of times, if you're at a shop or store and they have those little linoleum tiles that are like little one bys, kind of like 1 foot by 1 foot or something like that, find four, put your foot on one corner here, and then, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other corner here. And then you can kind of change it how you like. Now, again, this is just ideal. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. My legs are a little bit longer, so my stance isn't directly shoulder width squared. It's a little bit longer out, but about shoulder width wide, a little bit longer than shoulder width long. That's just because of my frame and the way I built, what's kind of comfortable for me to get my hips to relax correctly, everything else. Front foot is forward. Whichever foot you're having, forward. Now again, there might be a little bit of change. I'm pigeon-toed, so I got to kind of cheat it out a little bit more. Back foot, 45 degrees. It's not sticking out the side. It's not in everything. You went boom and boom. Because this is going to allow you to keep your alignment and then transfer the energy and everything forward and back, or moving to the sides, or even having good neutralizing steady energy just sitting boom. Hey, good boy. Boop. Anyway, and then a note with the alignment. The front knee, so my front foot is straight, facing straight. My knee, I'm actually paying attention to my knee. It's just not doing kind of whatever. Nope. My knee comes out over my foot, up to where the toes are. I should be able to feel the weight coming in to my heel. Trust me on this. When my back went out a couple of years ago, whole leg was numb, had major nerve damage, like muscle stuff, was almost like a stroke in my butt. At least half, if not most, of this whole leg was numb for months. I was still playing my routines. I was still playing my routines with decent stances, even getting into low stances, even with the sciatic problems, the problems with my spine, the nerve damage, everything else, because my alignments were such that I didn't need to actually have the feeling to know that it was correct. I didn't roll my ankle, didn't hurt my knee more. My alignments were correct, and that could help me heal and function faster and better. Your alignments are important. I had someone, I made a comment on YouTube. This one guy was trying to do, oh, there's your Qigong thing. You can just do whatever stuff. And it was crap because alignments didn't exist. And I'm sorry if people want to say, oh, it's materialist. I'm definitely one of the least materialist reductionists you'll find. But look at Yang Chen Fu's top 10, things to help you with your Tai Chi. There's a lot of framing. There's a lot of structure there. If your framing and your structure isn't appropriate, the internal stuff will not be there too. I can speak to Xingyi, Bagua, Taiji, and Qigong. Yoga, other practices, everything else, I'm not learned in that. I haven't trained in it. I've done a little bit here, a little bit there of a bunch of other stuff. I can tell you right now, from everything I've researched, which has been a lot, from everything I've been taught and trained, which has been a lot, from everything I've done and everything I've practiced for almost 20 years now, if your structure is not correct, your internals will not be correct. Get rid of all the little hippie air dancing crap. Get rid of all that sort of, oh, just feel the thing. If your structure isn't there, you're not going to feel a damn thing. You're not going to feel what you need to feel. Your blood vessels, your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, your veins, your arteries, your meridians, all that stuff, the bioenergy, whatever you want to call it, chi, ki, prana, bioenergy, whatever you want to call it, it will not be able to flow and work correctly. It will not happen. So, if I get a little over rambunctious about structure, it's because it is fundamentally important. You will not build a house from the roof down or even the roof up if your structure, if your framing, if your, all that other stuff that it's built on isn't built correctly, isn't built solid, isn't built smoothly, the rest of the structure will crumble. Blacked out a minute, what happened? Anyway, so front foot straight, knee comes out over the toes. This is, at the extension, expression of the movement. Back foot, 45 degrees. So when I come backwards, watch, oh look, knees over the toe as well. I can still feel my weight going through my foot, going through my heel. Now, yeah, it's cranking on some of the muscle here, especially in like the quadricep and everything. But you know what? I've had students tell me, we've been pushing hands on the second floor of a building. They said I felt like I was drilled into the ground. And we're on the second floor of a building. I've had it where I've had students and we're wrestling, we're playing around and stuff, and they're like, how is it that as time goes on, I'm getting tired, but you, meaning me, are getting stronger, faster, more capable, and everything like that. And these people outweighed me, outmuscle me, have experience in stuff that I don't, or a longer experience in some things than everything else like that. Your structure is important. It's because of the structure, it's because of the relaxation, focusing on the dantian, keeping the mind relaxed. All that plays in together. You want to get good at any of this stuff, you want to actually start feeling all the higher level, even more frou-frou things or anything, you want to feel all that, you want to do all that, this is the stuff that's going to help you do it. So, and this will also help, it'll help you redirect, it'll help you neutralize, it'll help you get anything you want out of what the practice is. It helps, even helps just the physical fitness of the legs and the joints. Because when the joints are aligned correctly, you're not putting a ton of weight. Like my weight's not sitting here on the knee and pressing on the knee, wearing down my knee. It's flowing through my foot. So now I get force coming in here. I can neutralize it, down and out. I can neutralize it, down and out. I can redirect it without getting thrown about or anything too. So, front foot is straight, back foot 45. When we come back, knee over the toes. When we come forward, knee over the toes. Hips, shoulders, bai hui, hui in. All this moves as one. So if I come back and I'm turning, I go from straight to 45. This is still one piece. Sternum, navel, thoracic hinge, one piece. I'm not here and then here. So as you can see, I'm in two different places. Nope. All this, one piece here, one piece here. Boom, 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 boom. And so when I want to go forward, start from neutral, before I do that, you can only move the leg when it's empty. Here's yin and yang in action in your body right there. Empty, full. Full assumes that there's an empty. Empty assumes that there's a full. You can only move the leg when it's empty. Otherwise, that's double weighted. If you've done any Taiji stuff and you've heard double weighted, it doesn't mean, oh, well, I'm here, that's double weighted, like when you do your opening. Because remember, the 13 fundamental things of Tai Chi are the 5 steppings and 8 energies. Of the 5 steppings, one of them is center. Forward, back, left, right, center. Double weighted means, I've done this, I see people do this all the time, it's almost like walking as a controlled fall. So they're walking and they're just kind of throwing their leg out and they're almost, it's clumsy. It's not how you walk with Taiji. You walk with Taiji, I'm shifting my weight to my left, lifting my right toes, pointing at 45. My hips and shoulders are going with it. Now, I've transferred my weight here to my right, so I can lift up my left, empty, 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 empty. I come in and out in one motion. Set down on the heel, shoulder width. He's doing some poga too. Set the foot down, and then, now that this is down, still empty, this is cranked and full, I can push. I'm even going to do it with some resistance here. Come here, Pop. Come here, Papa. Good boy. So, if you want, you can even do Taiji walking with a little bit of extra weight on there. We've done it with like cinder blocks. Sometimes I'll do it with my puppy, my boy. Do some Taiji walking with Daddy? Oh. I think that's a yes. So I'm here. And again, can't move it until I set up the frame. So I toe out. So I come back just enough to peel the foot off, because I have to take the weight off of it. Pivot on the heel. Remember, pivot on the heel. Set the foot down. I'm pushing. I'm going to the corner. I lift up the foot because it's now empty. I continue in an arc. Out. Down. Down. And push. Now if I bring this back foot up, I'll do it from here. Look, you can even just see just from this angle. My feet are about shoulder width apart. Thank you. My feet are about shoulder width apart. If I drag this straight up as best as I can, about shoulder width. Now if I was to turn, about shoulder width. So that's what I mean about shoulder width squared. That's the general frame for that. So that's the sort of short version of Taiji walking with a little bit of ranty bits in it too. So now I'm going to add the hands bit. I'm not going to break it down again. We're going right into full grasp bird's tail, grasp sparrow's tail, whichever you want to call it. Here you go, bud. Excuse me. Start off from opening. I'm going to do right. I'm going to walk through and do left. So you want to set feet shoulder width apart. Here, both feet straight. So if you bend your knees, knees should be tracking out over the feet. Tailbone tucked in, shoulders and hips in line, crown of the head, perineum, bai hui, hui yin, hands at the sides. When you breathe in, you lift up the wrists, so elbows down, lift up the fingers, pull down. I said right side first, I think, so I'm going to shift to the right foot, toe out my left foot. My left hand circles up, right hand scoops underneath. Same hand, same foot, work together. Hand, foot, elbows, knees, shoulders, hips. So I step out with grasp bird's tail. I'm going to step through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my palms flat, elbows down. I'm going to come back just enough to toe out. Hand, foot, elbows, knees, shoulders, hips. So when I come in, since this is the back leg, the left leg is about to move, the left hand moves too. I peel up and both come in together. They're in, but they don't stop. And I can continue. So palms flat, rock back, toe out, scoop under, hand and foot come in together and come out. Boom. And you can keep threading it through as much as you like. And what you can also do is just practice one side at a time. So you can practice here. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Boom. And what you can do is bring it right back in. And what you're saying is like, oh, now you're going to speed it up. You didn't speed it up when you were just ranting for 20 minutes beforehand. Now you're going to speed it up when we actually might get something out of this. Great, thanks, guy. Wait, it'll be a freckle-headed goon. Oh, no. You can do the same thing other side. Now what you can do, you can step through and continue to practice on one side at a time. Or what you can do is, and I like to do this sometimes I don't have a lot of room. Sometimes even just space, let alone time, is at a premium. So, not because I'm in jail or anything. Sometimes you just got to train where you got to train. You know, I got to get at least a minimum 15, 20 minutes a day. I've done so every day for almost 20 years. Sick, hospitals, work, crazy stuff going on. I would say vacation, but what's that? Or anything else, fine. I always find a way to do it. At least 15, 20 minutes in. If I don't get more than that, and I got 2, 3 days where I'm only getting 15, 20 minutes, 2, 3 days, it's like I'm not taking my meds enough. You know, I start sleeping well, my mood gets a little thing, and anything like that. Even if I'm hitting my sitting in with that too. You know, so you got to find a way to do that. And sometimes that means I got to go in like this little space. So how can you still train in a little space? One of the things you can do is, and even Grandmaster Hu would do this. He had a little left-right routine. You know, you'd come in and start here, and you'd play here. And then you can come in and play the other side. And then you can play here. And then you can play here. Or one of the things, and I'll do this with grass bird's tail a lot. You know, I play, you know, the set here. And what you can do is when you rock back, bring it in, step out, shoulder width, switch your weight, same thing, hand and foot together, come out, and just switch feet if space is at that premium. And what that looks like from this angle is I come in, still flat, still come back, step in and out. So I'm reversing. So when I step forward, I come out. When I come in and out. The same thing as if I'm going to step back, like if I'm doing repulse monkey. So here, flat, in, and just switch the feet out. And switch the feet out. Ba, 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 ba. And switch the feet out. So there you go. Grass bird's tail. A few different ways to kind of play it. You can, you know, if you want, you can even just stationary do it. I prefer to have the feet kind of involved. You might need to, if you're just going to, again, center. You're just going to kind of do that. You might need to kind of sweep from corner to corner, 45 to 45. Again, those are ideals. And then you can come here, keep your knees bent. That's an important thing, even if you have a different stance going. Keep your knees bent. So there you go. You can do all that different stuff for it. And that is it for grasp bird's tail, grasp sparrow's tail. Yeah, been a while. It took me to finish this, but finally finishing it. So please like, subscribe, comments, all that good stuff. Are they still ringing bells on Facebook? Please. YouTube. I don't remember. I don't know how that goes anymore. I still see it there. I don't know if it's still a thing. If it's still a thing, do the thing. I know I've already said I'm going to try and keep up better on doing stuff, and my intent is to. It just doesn't always work out. So I'm John. Wakanda forever. Peace and groovy stuff. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm going to make dinner. Bye.